afternoon. This is the knitting news from Knit Happens Teesside for, well, it's April now and it's for the end of March probably as well. About 3 weeks, I think, since I last posted. So I thought I'd do some acquisitions. Well, I've only got the one. Sorry. This. Look at this. I don't know if I'll be back to front for you, but it's raw alpaca colour, which is discontinued. And I got this big bag full from a charity shop for £15. And it's made with baby alpaca. So it's a double knit. And they're 50-gram skeins. But I should have enough for a jumper. So that's good, isn't it? I did make an announcement at Knitting, and I did confess to having put all of our videos, my videos, about our group, on YouTube. And when I said I'd got a confession to make, everyone was going, what? What's she done now? Anyway, it was just that the first names, Christian names should I say, is what I actually said. And then I was praised for saying Christian names because we don't know whether we're supposed to say that anymore. So I only use the Christian names, and they were all okay with that. So that's good, isn't it? So I can carry on. Not that it was going to be a problem. Andy's knitting. It looks like a fade. No, it's like a lace straight bodice, and then so it's sort of square, not a lot of shaping. I don't think she might have shaped the armholes. And it was supposed to be in one lace pattern. I think it may have been a drops pattern. This is very precise, isn't it? And I thought she'd done a fade. Well, she did get fed up of the stitch that she was doing. So she's changed a stitch at different intervals down the tunic. And that looks like it's completely how the pattern was supposed to be in the first place. And she's making the sleeves up. So they're all kind of like these colours. Maybe it's a bit darker. But she said she loves knitting, as we all do. But she doesn't think she's going to wear it. So I tried it on and said it looked nice on me, but I don't know really if I could justify wearing somebody else's hand-knitted garment. I suppose I could if I just confessed to everybody that complimented me on it that it was my friend that made it. But if she's not going to wear it, then it should be worn, shouldn't it? So I think I can justify it in that way. So that's made with alpaca, Rico alpaca degradé Lucky 8, which is 200-gram balls that are 800 metres long, which must be 4-ply, I would say. And it's kind of a woolly feel yarn. But it is 50% acrylic, 25 alpaca and 25 wool. So the colours fade beautifully as the knitting goes along. Helen, well, she's making a shawl that I probably have mentioned before. I think it's finished. I think she's not sure whether it's finished. And it's a Debbie Bliss shawl. It's Debbie Bliss leaf shawl. It's quite long, and she's not making it with the right yarn, but she's got a bit of sparkle in hers, so it's really nice. Now, she did start it in 2015, and it is for a friend, and the only issue now is, you know, if you do lace and it has like a wiggly bottom. Well, she's just wondering whether to crochet along the wiggly bottom or not. Jill has remade. Now she's remade the yarn that felts when you just look at it, and she's made it into a Jenny Atkinson cardigan. It's like a blouse, short sleeve, lace at the front, little pleats round the waist and a tie back. Now she's made that before with a different yarn, and she's made it again now, and that's lovely. And she'll just have to be careful about what she does with it. Now, Jill was the only person who could see fields with sheep. when I showed my wall. Said, what does that remind you of? And Jill got it. Isn't she clever? Right. Oh, yes. Away from knitting, I bought one of those doorbells, you know, with the cameras on. It's been quite funny. Lemon balm. Because I thought if I drink it, it won't spread all over my garden. So I could just keep drinking it and keep the weeds at bay and kill two birds with one stone. So the doorbell. Well, my husband can be a bit of an oik at times. Bit of a bog man. And he's left his hair to grow long. And it was quite long when I met him, but it was blonde then and it's now grey. So he came in from work and the doorbell took a photograph of him. So I showed him the photograph. And then the very next day went and got a haircut. I thought, result! And then we had another result. I did pick some daffodils and we did find some little bugs on the dining room window. And so we got rid of the bugs, tiny little black beetles, you may have seen them. So we got rid of the bugs and we didn't know where they'd come from, and then we realised they'd come in on the daffodils. And then at the weekend, Oliver and his girlfriend found some in his room and totally freaked out. And I mean, we do know that most of these young adults or teenagers are the same, aren't they? For not cleaning anything, not moving the recycling, not bringing the washing down. Where did I go out for the day? And when I came back, the whole room was tidy and cleaned. The bed had been moved round. All the carpet had been hoovered. I thought, that gave me an idea. So maybe next year, when I think he should do some spring cleaning, he might find some bugs in his room. That was a good one. I'm still making Tylwth, but it is finished-ish, and I just have to kitchen a stitch one armhole, well, one armpit, I would say, underneath the arms. So next week, which probably won't be next week, I might be wearing it. It's nice, isn't it? It's got a little bit around the cuffs as well. And this is made with Debbie Bliss Falkland Merino Aran. That's what that's made with. So I just have to do a little bit more stitching and then block it. And I think when it's blocked, it'll be even neater. It blocks really well, this yarn, because I've made this jumper already. And it just went beautiful when I blocked it. I think that's most of my little anecdotes. But as being as I've nearly finished this, I have to find something else. I have to either finish a u.f.o, which I've got a few here, but I don't know which ones to show you. Well, there's this. Now, this was started in 2020. Oh. Got a hole. The moths must have been in. I might be able to sew over it. I don't really fancy pulling it back. So this is in a knitting magazine, this pattern. And it's on these funny needles. Which I did find okay, and I'm a thrower. But they might be better for a... I have tried knitting sort of continental and picking instead. But I find my tension's a little bit tight. I need to sort my tension out if I knit like that. So I'd like to finish that. That's quite... Well, it would be portable if it wasn't 3 different colours. It's not that portable. This is quite portable. This is... Dreary Knits. Andrea Mowry, that's the one. She's not dreary at all. There's nothing much to show here, but it's the little yellow sweater, is it? LYS? Only mine's not yellow, it's more of an orange colour. And that's all I've done. So if that works right, that might be my little portable knitting thing. I'll have to have a look later at the pattern. So it'll be on my phone, so that'll be easy to do. Right. This is beautiful. This is Stapilla by Boyline Knitworks. The pattern. And I love it. Isn't it lovely? But I'm on, as you can see, I'm on Sleeve Island. And doing colour work in the round on little sleeves wasn't really giving me much joy, should we say. And now it's going to give me even less joy because it's come off the needles. I wonder if I've got a u.f.o that hasn't got a problem. I have. I'm not quite sure which one this is. And you may have seen this before. There's this one, because, well, it was kind of on Sleeve Island, but it's less so now, isn't it? It's got this natty little design up the side. And it looks like I've done one of the sleeves. Yeah. So that's only got one to do. Does that mean you're going to come into money? Does it just mean you've got an itchy nose? It's probably all the fluff. So that's in this book. What have we got here? Photocopied for one's own use by Emily Fodden. And it is called, should have done more notes. No, it's not called that, but starting to ramble. It's not called that either. It's called Soiree. So it might be that one next. And it's in this book. I was knitting my brown jumper, and we did go for walks over Easter, but we did also binge watch The Walking Dead. Now, I remember the very, very first Walking Dead programme episode being on the telly, and by the end of it, I was sitting downstairs on my own because my husband worked shifts and my children were young, and they were all in bed, and I thought, oh, this looks good. So I was watching it, and by the end of the programme, I was on the edge of my chair with my mouth open. I found myself in that position. I think it was originally one of the best things that's ever been on. So now we're on series 10, and it's gone a bit off the boil, should we say. But if you binge watch it, enough happens for it to be quite good. I don't even know if there's another series, but there's at least 20 episodes in every series. So yeah, that's what I've been doing. I think that's about it. So more news, maybe next week, maybe not, but hopefully it won't be too long.